All right, so this is a pack called Our Moments. It's actually for couples, but I've gone through it and removed any dodgy questions that that we as two friends without benefits, two friends without benefits, do not want to answer.
What did you learn a little too late?
What did I learn a little too late?
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting, actually, because I had this discussion. I went to this time left dinner. It's a
people are preparing to leave on a jet plane.
No. But in this time left dinner, it's dinner with strangers. You sign up every Wednesday night in cities around the world. You can just go and sign up, and you sit at a table with 5 strangers that you've never met. And one of
dictionary definition of a stranger.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good thing you went to a grammar school, isn't it? But anyway, carry on.
These strangers that I'd met before. Yes, very true, very true. Well corrected. So the question was, what advice would you give to your former self, which is sort of not former self, I'm still the same person, your younger self, right? And my answer, which was the same as another guy at the table, was to get out of things quicker. So I think that I've stayed in jobs too long, I've stayed in relationships too long, and I think I should listen more to my intuition about moving on when it's time to move on.
Good.
Which is why I walked out of my job with no other plan.
But I've always admired you for that, to be honest. I've admired you for a lot of things over the years that I've known you. But that, to me, that was an act of bravery, which,
Yeah, let's see. Bravery might turn into stupidity when I'm living under a bridge, but
as long as I'm around and as long as I've got a room, you'll never have to go there. You'll never have to go there.
Thank you. I'm going to get you to sign on that. And
no, for me, the one thing I really wish I'd learned earlier was you don't have to pay for the other person in order for you to do what you want to do. So when I was younger, I actually remember when I was 17, 18, I wanted to travel. But I always thought that the guy has to pay for the girl if he wants to travel.
Oh, I remember we had this conversation once. Yeah. You thought that and therefore, in a lot of cases, you didn't go out with you wouldn't start a relationship with someone because you didn't think that you could.
It was more a case of if I couldn't afford to take us places, then I wouldn't go. Although, particularly when it came to travel, my girlfriends always went. So they were always
without you.
Yeah, of course, because they didn't have that same mindset. So it wasn't actually, and I remember I worked at the British Council, and we had the office bulletin, and in the office bulletin there was an apartment for rent in Paris, and this must have been 1987. So I was a few years. I was into my early 20s, mid 20s, and I read it, and it was an apartment for rent in Paris. And please contact this number. And I contacted the number and I said, I want to rent the apartment. They said, when? I said, such and such time. And they said, okay, fine. And then I said to my girlfriend, I'm going to Paris. Do you want to come? She said, oh, well. And I said, I tell you what, if you can afford to come, then you can come. If I've got the money to bring you, I'll bring you, but I'm going. And that was the first time I did that. And that was 1987. And I've been to over 100 countries since. Purely because either you phone up and say, do you want to come here? Or because I've said to myself, I'm going, full stop.
Wow.
But that was, I think it was 1980, it must have been 86 or 87. It was 86.
That's a very male thing, I think, right? Because you being the provider and everything, I guess. Because I've never thought, like, I'm not going somewhere if I can't, like... And
again, I'd say to people, if you want to travel. If you can find someone to travel with, that's even better. But if you want to travel. You meet people out in the world, and that's how we've met. Get out there, do it.